What's up, everybody? How's it going? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday indeed. We're back. Definitely back with more Tokyo Revengers. Ah, buddy, oh, buddy, oh, buddy, oh, buddy, oh, buddy. And there was only one. And there was only one left. 86 wrapped up its first season today. Which leaves us with Tokyo Revengers moving into summer. Side note. Real quick side note, bit of housekeeping out of the way. I'm not going to be here next Saturday. So next Saturday's episode, depending on how things go, may not be reacted to in 2 weeks. So whenever episode 14 drops, we might do a double that day. Right? We might do a double, so we might do 13 and 14. Unless I get back and I don't care about the time and I just hop on just to knock out the episode. So we'll see. We'll take it as it comes. What's up, Pipe? Another episode of Tokyo Revengers. Another day I want to slap Takemichi. Oh, buddy. So that means I'm going to be on one today then. What's up, game nerds? How are you? Happy Saturday. Yeah, that means I'm going to be on one today. Oh, good. I don't know, man. Unless Takemichi, some stuff happens to like his permanent character, almost every week it's just like I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Good Saturday indeed. Good Saturday indeed. I don't know, every week it's just like more and more. I'm just like, I like this character more. I like this character more. And it's a deal for me because I'm a main character guy. I like the main characters in series more times than not. There's few series where there's another character than I like more than I like more than the main character. So it's just odd that I have like 3 or 4 characters I like more than the main character. It's crazy. I'm not gonna waste any more time. We're gonna get straight into this. I got one more thing to do. There we go. All right. Wasting no time. Tokyo Revengers episode 12. We're gonna get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let me turn this up for myself. There we go. And we ended the episode with Naoto. What's up, Jenny? Happy Saturday. Following more characters, you say? Let me not accidentally turn on my PlayStation. I thought the opening was going to kick in right there. Wait, does that mean there's a new opening this week? Okay. That sounds like Mikey. No, that's Takemichi. I was like, it sounds like Mikey. So why are we getting this scene again? Okay. Yeah, it should be this week or next week. I think this week. Well, I don't know. Possibly next week, since it's only episode 12. Ow. You're an idiot. You call them trash. Now, Naoto, do you know your sister's alive, or is this like a Days of Futures Past kind of thing where your old brain was just dropped into your new body? Not old brain, but old mindset, old memories. You get what I'm trying to say. It's like now how sometimes how Naruto talks. Oh, opening now. Still old man. Sometimes how like Naruto comes to like not realizations but outcomes and how he thinks is like he'll say something and it's like we're not 100% certain that that's the case. But Naruto just takes it as 100%. Like it's been multiple times in these 12 episodes where Naruto has said something and it's like, well, how do you know? Do you actually know? I don't know. Right? It's just like it's like I don't get it. I guess I'll watch it. I'm already looking enough. No, don't. Oh. It's like, no, don't. I'm glad I didn't see anything crazy. I'm glad I didn't see anything crazy. Well, no, duh. You're an adult. Apparently, see, this is what I'm saying. Like Naruto's. No, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that. You guys probably broke up because you broke it. You broke her heart because you left. You left. You actually left. Like you legit left. So the Takemichi she fell in love with no longer existed for her. Like, would it do any good for Takemichi to see her anyways? That's the question. Like, we don't know how they ended. Like, I feel like unless you told her, you don't know you told her, or unless he told her, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't disagree with Takemichi right here. I don't, because it makes sense. Like, I haven't seen you since I was like 14 or something. I don't know. And so, in my brain, it kind of makes sense because I don't know, especially if she had no idea what happened. I don't know. It's weird. I think I would kind of feel this. Now, I wouldn't think all of this. Like, I wouldn't think all of this because we clearly have We've clearly shown that we can change that. So those thoughts I wouldn't have. But going to see her, as if she had no idea what was happening in the first place, would literally just be like this random boy I used to date in middle school just popped up on my doorstep. That's the whole thing. That's my main thing. That's my main thing too. Game nerd. Oh, he bumped into her. She's alive. I wish we got that perspective as well. I just feel like the show's gonna rip my heart out. That's why I don't want to get too happy. What if this isn't her? But it is her. Great weather we're having. I would ask her how we broke up because clearly I don't remember. Like clearly I don't know. I would clearly ask. I would be like, "How did we break up? What happened? Like, fill me in. What's been going on?" He really said that out loud. I wouldn't be. 12 years ago, 14, X. Nah, I wouldn't be. Yes, I would not be. What if they didn't break up? See, we don't know though. That's the whole thing. We don't know. But I'm assuming that actually 14-year-old Takemichi ruins that whole relationship. I agree, Pipe. I really do. Not with the arching. With I wish I could like him more. Why don't you just ask her? God damn, ask her. Ask her. Just say, is that the same necklace? Well, that depends on if you have if you have insane exes. Not all of mine are insane. Trying to think, like, I didn't date anybody when I was 14. I did when I was 13. I don't get why he thinks it's a weird question. You missed your chance? You're in the car with her. Oh boy. Ask. Just ask. Just ask. Ask the question. Jesus. Goodness. Ask questions, boy. What's up, everybody? What's up, Ricardo, Amir, Mado? What's going on? Dude, if he just talks, he'd be fine. Right, Ricardo. Naldo. I wonder if it's a memory that our I think I should say what I was thinking out loud. Keep it in. Well, that was awkward. What's up, Raku? Why? Why? Ask questions. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Stop asking yourself and ask her. If Takemichi is the one that ended up dumping her, all of my issues about him going back and forth through time and leaving himself in the past for extended periods of time comes true. You can't trust him. Oh, snap. What? Wait. You can't. You got to be kidding me. He looks identical. It shouldn't take a tattoo. Oh! No, This is some bull. What the? What the? Who's that? Why? So fucking mad. I'm so 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 angry. Like it's not like I have a headache. That's how pissed off I am right now. If he wouldn't have said that, I swear, if he wouldn't have said that, if if he if he wasn't This has legit been something I've been saying. I don't know what episode, since what episode number, but it was the first 3 or 4 about consistently going back and forth, being careless, leaving yourself who is unreliable in charge of trying to handle things, right? Like, we literally, it's the things of literally going through what you went through in regards to Draken, right? You went through what you went through when it comes to Draken, about getting comfortable thinking that you actually did something. Like we're messing with time and you're consistently altering it. Never, ever, ever, ever should the thought of letting your guard down happen. Like, he literally does it consistently. Consistently, he does it. Right? He literally does it consistently. Multiple times, as if he hasn't learned from the past. Like, oh my gosh. Like, like, oh my goodness. Like, it's like, why would you ever think things would ever be peaches and cream? Right? Why would you ever think, with the fact that you're altering time, especially how different time was, how different it was, right? It's like how different it was. Like, that's just one thing. It's the fact of, if he just would have talked, right? If you just would have talked to her, you could have figured it out. All he did was just ask himself questions that he should have been asking her. Why aren't you asking her these questions? Why did you run away and then ask yourself these questions and then give yourself answers? Like, what? I don't that it's just like, the moment she's standing there and she says, the boy that I loved came here with me on Christmas Eve and broke my heart and broke up with me. And the instant you thought it was you, it's completely different from anything you can even imagine. Things are different. Like, that's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. It's so mad. That makes me so mad. The boy is so oblivious that it's like painful. It's painful that he's so oblivious. And it's painful. It's painful. And how I feel at this moment, like, I've been this hard on Takemichi since the start, which was unfair to him. 100%. It was unfair to him, right? For me being this hard on him at the start. But we're here now. You've been through a lot. You have been through a lot. You've been through a lot. What do you mean? Like, you've been through a lot. No, because if they parked the car and walked over to the spot where he broke up with her, right? Yes, Hanma confirmed that they're targeting Takemichi, but they don't know that Takemichi's going back and forth and meddling with stuff. They were not going to be in the car. They would have been sitting there having a heart-to-heart looking out at the water. That's what they would have been doing. They wouldn't have been in the car. unless they really were going to sit there and dime them out the whole night. And even then, how long was Hina sitting in the car waiting before Akun started it up and slammed into her? She was sitting there for, it seems like for a good bit. If we just get in the car and pull off, then what, Akun's got to tail us? That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. But it's a simple fact that Akun didn't even follow orders correctly. He didn't. Because they were like, oh, Takemichi was supposed to be in the car. So how long were they sitting there? Did they case it out, see the car there, and be like, oh damn, Takemichi's supposed to be in the car? Did Akun watch Hina walk up to the car and get in it? Why Akun was acting like he didn't see, these are it's just like, so what? Akun was just gonna ram the car if nobody was in it, if they were just sitting there? And so Akun just died for no reason? It's stuff like that. Like, Akun was sitting there watching him. He didn't see Takemichi walk up. So why is he acting like, oh damn, Takemichi, why weren't you in the car? Like, what? Like, come on. No. Come on. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. My main thing that I've been saying for a long time now, what I've been literally saying is that, we need to give up, to shorten all of my past discussions from every other stream, is that even before this episode, I didn't need this episode to tell me what I'm saying. We need to give up on trying to just do one thing that's going to save her. I was like, if it's me, we're going to go back and forth, and I'm just going to eventually, I said this junk last week, that I would just join the gang. To prevent Mikey from going astray, I would just join the gang. And I would work my way up to either be third in command under Draken and Mikey, so that things can never get out of line and never could go crazy. That's what I would do. I would spend literally the rest of my life going back and forth and back and forth. That's all I would do, right? That's all I would do. I would spend my life going back and forth. I don't know. That's crazy. The Jeep was the Hummer was following them from the start. I need to look. It blows me, man. That it just leads me to believe Draken would never, unless something super insanely crazy happens, Draken would never let someone get in the gang and mess with them. He's the rock to Toman. So something has to have happened to Draken again in order for Kisaki to plant his way in there and turn the gang crazy. Right? That's the only way in my brain. That's the only way in my brain. Draken has to still be dead somewhere. He has to have died after the freaking fight that we got before. Something else had to have happened to him to make Hanma Hanma's in there. Kisaki's it has to be. It has to be. It has to be. It 100% has to be. That's so bad. That pisses me off. I don't even think right? I don't even think he's saying he's aiming to be the top of Toman. If I'm being honest, even if he was third in command, I don't even think that that would be bad just to be third in command, because if we turn this into if we turn Toman into this, Mikey is the leader, Draken is literally the brains between Mikey and Draken, and he's the moral compass, and Takemichi can be added onto that, and his knowledge of what happens in the future can steer the gang into and out of troubles that they would get into. That's like to me, that's the perfect trifecta. Unless Takemichi is just going to go back and be a dog now, what he's going to do, overthrow Mikey and Draken to try to take control over Toman? Like I don't, like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like we need to make sure that us three stay as the top three dogs. And we don't let anyone break the circle and this bond that we have between us, as long as we keep the same stuff. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not gonna, like, I wouldn't jump, right? I wouldn't jump. Right? I wouldn't jump to going straight to being the head, because that's gonna cause more issues than anything. Like that's gonna cause way too many issues in my brain. I personally think that, because now it's clear that Hina's being targeted, right? It's clear that Hina's being targeted. And now that we know that Akun in every single timeline is the one that pushes Takemichi, like he's the one, like, well, not pushes, he's the one, he tries to kill Takemichi every single timeline. We know that for sure. So we know that someone knows that Takemichi is going to be in these situations and is going to try to kill him. It just, like, what I feel like, I feel like someone else is time traveling. I feel like someone else is time traveling. Right? I feel like someone else is time traveling. 100%. I feel like someone else is time traveling. That's just me. Like, that's just me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Which is to avoid Mikey and Kisaki don't meet. Unless Kisaki is just some crazy POS. I don't... Right? Unless he is... I can't say that. The only reason why Mike, like, initially before Takemichi invoked more changes upon that, Kisaki meeting Mikey was something that turned Toman, because Draken wasn't there. Like, we 100% know that, because Draken died when he did. Kisaki coming in and putting his influence on an already impulsive Mikey is what turned it. So we don't know now. We don't know how Kisaki then joined and then sunk his teeth into Mikey to turn everything. Is Draken dead from another event? Is Kisaki's, like, influence even stronger than what the relationship that Draken and Mikey has? Like, these are things that we don't know. Like, right? These are things that we don't know. These are things that we do not know. But I feel like in my hypothetical brain, if Draken is still alive and Mikey is still the leader, with the guidance that Takemichi has from the future, I don't see how an individual can try to corrupt Mikey into turning the game anyway, without there being, like, very strict and serious repercussions to it. Because it's just I feel like trying to become the leader of Toman is not that, like, that's not the play. That's you got it wrong, Chief. I personally think so. I personally think so. I personally think that that's not the call. I personally think that's not the call. That's not the move at all, to try to take over the entire game. Like, unless Takemichi goes through some serious like character development and changing, he is not equipped to be the leader of any goddamn thing at all. Not one bit. So unless he 200% changes, him being the leader of the gang, the whole gang, no way. No way. And then what does that mean? What does that mean for Hina? Do you think Hina wants to be in a relationship with the head of Toman? No, that don't work like that. Right? Right? That doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense to me. Trying to be the leader. Realistically, what is Takemichi going to do even if he becomes a high-ranking member of Toman? I don't want him to become someone like Mitsuya or something like that, where they're like captains and stuff in Toman. Like right now, Toman seems like it's like Mikey and Draken are the two leaders of Toman, but Mikey holds like overall like he's the leader. We turn that 2 into a 3. That's in my brain. That's how it works. We turn that 2 into a 3 because clearly, like from what we saw when Takemichi does things, like Mikey looks at him like, dude, like there's something up with you. What's going on with you? And then we twist it and then we move on. Draken's just like I don't know about you, kid, but you always seem to like come through some way somehow. So if we continue to do acts like that, and we can then force our we can force our way to be a three-headed leader. But the whole, like, for me, the common denominator for all of this, like I'm talking about all this stuff up here and all this, the common denominator is, and I've been saying this, gosh, for about 10 streams, when Takemichi goes to the future, his 14-year-old self takes over and has no idea what's going on. He doesn't know. And he's an idiot. And he always runs away. It doesn't matter. He always runs away. So far, up to episode 12, every single time he goes back to the future, he has run away. Every time. We need to reach the point where he doesn't run away. As long as Takemichi continues to run away, every time we go to the future, things will always be screwed, in my opinion. They'll always be screwed because he's let himself take over with his weak mindset that he has, right? With the weak mindset he has, he lets that personality take over, screw things up, and then it just moves on from there, and he tries to jump to the end point and think everything's hunky-dory, right? Like that's not going to work. He's literally going to have to guide time until he dies. He's going to have to guide it. He's going to have to guide time until he dies. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's going to have to continue to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. You go back to the future, you monitor all the changes that happen, you come back. You can't take too long with the things that you've monitored either. Because last thing you want to do is you want to be like Takemichi if he's been going back and forth for a year, 2 years. So now instead of him being 14, he's 16 or 17. And he goes away for a day and then he comes back. And when he comes back, he screwed everything up if he's got some status in Toman. That's the whole thing. Right? That's the whole thing. That is the whole thing. It's like he cannot leave the past unsupervised like he does. Then he wakes up in situations with Emma on top of him, right? Like you wake up in situations like that. That boy's stupid. Like he's stupid. I don't know. That we dropped that. I guess whenever like we dropped that, unless like one of the changes to change the requirements for it, like him waking up in the store. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, it constrains you, right? That constrains you. I don't think it's a plot hole though, because if you continue to change the past, you're going to end up in situations where Takemichi and Naoto don't run into each other. If you change things drastically enough, they will never end up back in the spot. Like they'll never end up back in the same exact spot where Takemichi is in a bed in a coma with an IV hooked up to him. Like it wouldn't make any sense. Like our dots should never connect back here. investigating it from this angle after being pushed from the train, because technically those events never happened, right? Those events never happened when he came back this time. So when he came back, he never got pushed by Akun, because Akun never enacted his trying to kill Takemichi. The first two, like episode 1, Akun pushed him, tried to kill him, I'm assuming. Then episode 4 or 5, Akun reveals that he's the one that tried to push him and kill him. So now we have this point where it seems like Takemichi, I don't know, it seems like, is Hina the target or is Takemichi the target? Because it feels like with him saying, oh, you weren't in the car, as if like, but he didn't make that big of a deal of it, so Hina must be the target for whatever that is. But it's like Akun is always supposed to be responsible for the event that seemingly Naoto's supposed to save him from? I don't know. Because in each of those first 2 times, Naoto saved Takemichi. And each of those 2 times, Naoto was the one that saved Takemichi. But in this situation, Takemichi wasn't going to be saved, right? So therefore, the event that would have caused his time travel never happened. What's up with that? I don't know. It feels like they're both targets. It's tricky now, because right as of episode 12, I currently don't have all the answers. Hina was originally the target. I don't even think if Hina was a target. It just feels like Hina got caught up in something and she died. But clearly Takemichi getting pushed. That's why I feel like Hina isn't the target. I feel like Takemichi is the target. And the original timeline, Hina just got caught up in something. Like, it feels like Hina got caught up. Right? It feels like Hina got caught up in something that caused her death. And now that we are coming back and forth, we have then like wrapped up Hina in Takemichi's targeting. So it's weird, but I think I got it. Like, Hina dying was just an accident at a festival because of the shenanigans of gang life. Just an accident. Akun gets pushed. Takemichi gets pushed off the platform. Naoto saves him, therefore enacting the time travel, however the hell that happened. And from that point on, it seems like by altering these events so that Hina doesn't die in that accident, Hina has now been wrapped up in the ploy that would get Takemichi killed in the first place. Yeah, it's the same thing. To me that, I guess that makes the most sense. Like, moving forward now, Hina will always be caught up in Takemichi. So she would always die as a byproduct. Seemingly, she will always die as a byproduct of Takemichi getting targeted to be killed. Now, why is Takemichi being targeted to kill? Why is he being targeted? I don't even know how. That's not even English. What am I saying? Now, Takemichi being targeted, basically having money put on his head. Why? That's why I feel like there's another time traveler. It was caused by Toman. That's what spurred Naoto to feel like that. To like, we need to do this because yada 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 yada. But there's nothing like for the OG timeline, Takemichi did nothing. Right? He did nothing to be targeted to die. The only way that makes sense is if there's another time traveler that knows that Takemichi somehow is gonna meddle with time and try to mess stuff up for his own greater plan. Because in Takemichi's original timeline, from all the memories that we have that he's told us, he got beat up by what's his name? Kiyomasa. He got beat up by Kiyomasa. He thought he was big stuff on town, got beat up by Kiyomasa, ran away, and just lived as a recluse working at the supermarket. Right? That was his life. He did nothing that impacts anybody besides his 4 boys. Maybe that's why Akun wanted to kill him. Like, it's your fault this is like this, I guess. Originally, not like the second time when we get the shaved sunken face Akun. Originally, maybe Akun pushed him because like, you ruined my life. We thought we were going to be big guys, like hot stuff on town, and that's why he pushed them originally. But right, that's the whole thing, Ricardo. I'm so long-winded. That's the whole thing. Like his original timeline, he did nothing to do anything. Even like, yeah, he's still a nobody. That's what I feel like. He's still a nobody. But granted, what Takemichi has already done, think of everything that he has done that we've watched for these 12 episodes. How much stuff he's changed already and moved and messed up. Like he messed up everything that was supposed to happen with the death of Draken and all that stuff. With all that stuff, even if he does run away, if Draken and Mikey still speak fond of Takemichi and still like kind of hold him in their brain when they do things, upon like a Kisaki, I don't know if he's the one that time travels, right? Upon him like knowing that Takemichi is someone that has caused these issues, we still could get him killed so that something can iron itself out, right? So it's weird. It's weird. It's definitely weird. It's definitely weird. It's definitely weird. Or maybe Takemichi is a threat to the Toman that the individual in my brain that can still time travel wants to uphold. I don't know. Akun, I feel like well, I guess he did. Right? Yeah, he did. He became a hairstylist, all this stuff, but it's like everything still ended up the same. So it's like he's a hairstylist, but he's still a part of Toman. He's still terrified of Kisaki, all this stuff. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know. The show's trippy, man. It's trippy and it's aggravating. After the events of today's episode, characters I like more than Takemichi: Mikey, Draken, Hina, Naoto, Akun, even though he always does some messed up stuff. Mitsuya. Who else? Emma. I like, he just sliding. I need Naoto to go full savage. Not Naoto. I need Takemichi to go full savage to even, right? To even I guess so, Pipe. Maybe Naoto's the one that's actually being targeted. I don't know. You threw out a hot take and was right. Oh man, I can't believe this. What's up, 5 Yen? I'm frustrated. You missed it, 5 Yen. I'm frustrated. But this was like one of my favorite discussions that we've had. I feel like it makes sense that there's another time traveler. I feel like there's too many clues. There's too many clues that point to there being another time traveler. Because Takemichi is so unimportant when he's 26. Like, he's so unimportant. Why someone would want to kill him now? That's the whole thing. Why do we want to kill him now when we could have done it any other time? Like, we could have done it. I have a feeling that Mikey could be a time traveler too. I said Mikey might be a time traveler episode 3 when Takemichi was talking weird in the hallway and Mikey was looking at him side like, what the hell is he talking about? Like, why is he acting like this? Let's think about what happens when there are two time. No. I want my brain. I want my brain. I want my brain. I want it. No. I want my brain. That's too much. That's too much to think about. I feel like, Game Nerd, I feel like the time traveler is in the past. So like Takemichi right now is someone from the future that goes back into the past. But I have a feeling that the other time traveler is someone from the past that goes to the future. Only because of how Mikey looks at Takemichi. It's the only reason why I think that. It's the only reason why I think that. Is because of how Mikey in the past looks at Takemichi and the things he does. And he seems to be the only person that can key in on it. Everyone's like, you acting weird today. And Mikey's like kind of looking past the you're acting weird today. And he's looking at like, you know, like what's going on? Like you knew this, you knew this, you knew this, you tried to do this even before we did this, right? Like he was like, even before we had our spit, like me and Draken had this, we had this right here, our little like beef. You already were trying to stop us from having our beef. We didn't even have our beef yet. They literally didn't even get into their argument and Takemichi was trying to nip it in the bud. And Mikey noticed it. He was like, what's up with that? And then he deflected and he changed the conversation. That's why I feel like it could be the opposite. And now we're just spending, but I feel like whoever's in the past is much more efficient than Takemichi going back. Like they're more efficient going to the future and figuring stuff out than Takemichi is going to the past and trying to change things. That's what it makes for an interesting conundrum if that was the case, because like Takemichi goes to the past and changes things that the person that can time travel cannot do anything about. So when stuff is different, they go to the future and they just do stuff that when Takemichi comes back, he's just like, what the hell's going on? And then he gets to go. It makes for a crazy dynamic. It makes for a crazy dynamic. It makes for a crazy dynamic. Mikey's so sus. Mikey is so sus. He is. Naruto can be noticed because he's the one that's connected to it. Yeah, he's noticed too many things. Why would Mikey want to ruin his own past? I don't know. That I don't know. Or maybe he couldn't avoid it. That could be a thing. Right, Emmanuel. Right. The conversation on the rooftop. Right. I'm like, oh, Mikey. We need to be asking these questions to you, baby. Yes, a fun conversation. We still haven't met him in the future. That's true. We still haven't met him in the future. That is so true. We've seen the back of his head. And all we know is that Mikey got the same tattoo as Draken. But that was before the big change happened anyways. That's true. That I agree. But Naruto's a cop, so it's harder to kill a cop. Like they want to be able to take out the person that can time travel and not go to jail for it. Like it's harder to kill Naruto and him being a cop and get away with it, and actually get away with it. Because like it's pointless if we kill the time traveler and I get stuck in jail, right? It's pointless. I also feel like the anime translation is kind of responsible for some misunderstandings. I feel like some of these like a lot of the like animation errors and translation stuff will be fixed upon like the release of the Blu-ray. But a lot of people don't watch the release of the Blu-ray, so they just get bent out of shape for like the actual air stuff. So like the translations will change too, most likely. So what if Naruto's being targeted exactly for that purpose now? Possibly. What's up? What's going on? So they seem less like friends in my opinion. Really? Well, they don't seem like friends. Like even now, they don't seem like friends, but they don't seem like at odds with each other. They don't seem like at odds. Like they seem like they're like middle ground with each other. Draken is more so on like leaning more so to like liking Takemichi more because he literally saved his life. So but Mikey still gave his jacket, his first jacket to Takemichi. So that says something, right? That says something. Actually, what happens if Takemichi's future self dies while he's still in the past? Does he get trapped? Like, I wonder if that's the case. If he just, like, does he get trapped? Does he just die and then the future just flows until it gets to the point that Takemichi just dies? And, like, that's a good question. I don't have the brain power to think about that. What time is it? It's 5 o'clock. I gotta go. I gotta go. We have not seen Draken in the present because up to this point, up until the big change, he was dead. So we couldn't see him. And we've only seen the back of Mikey's head once. That's it. That is it. What's up, Brian? How are you? Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. I was like, I'm gonna be in and out on this one. And this episode blew my socks off. Blew my socks off. But yeah, it's 5. I gotta get out of here. Damn. I'm glad I was able to just like take my brain off of being mad about Takemichi and talk about other things. I'm so glad. Because I could have sat down here for an hour just like barking on Takemichi, just going crazy. I'm glad. This is much appreciated. I'm glad everyone stopped by so that we could have this discussion. I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this conversation. Is there a Tokyo Revenger section in the Discord? I feel like after today's stream there should be. So if there isn't, I'm gonna make a Tokyo Revenger section in the Discord. So because I clearly have a lot to talk about in this. So if we could avoid spoilers in the Discord and we can do that, I want to make that happen. So check it out. I'm done for today. I'll be back tomorrow for the chapter to My Hero, and we'll be back Monday for Tower of God. And whenever summer starts, we'll pick up all the shows that I'm thinking about. I still got to make that post. So again, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. The conversation today was really dope. Episode was a good episode, but it still pissed me off. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.